Welcome, guys, again. And today's chapter is vertical integration. So, as you know, my name is Husnudin Panjiyev. Let's start our vertical integration in strategic management. We will cover the vertical integrations in here. So, our learning objectives for today is defining corporate strategies, uh, defining vertical integration, forward vertical integration, and backward vertical integration. We already mentioned about this integrations also, and it's going to be easy for you guys. And discussing how vertical integration can create value by reducing the threat of opportunism, and in the B section, enabling a firm to exploit its available, rare, and costly to imitate resource and capabilities, and enabling firm to retain its flexibility. So, and the continuous is describing conditions under which vertical integration can be a source of sustained competitive advantage. Describe how the functional organizational structure, management controls, and compensation policies are used to implement vertical integration. As you can see, we already covered this management process every classes and every lectures, and even in the last lecture we also mentioned about this. And let's remind it again. And in any organization, you have mission and objectives, and of course, external analysis, internal analysis. For external analysis, you need to have to know the pestle analysis and other, for example, EFA matrices or models. It's external factor evaluation models. And for internal analysis, you guys have uh, SWOT analysis and also IFA matrix, internal factor evaluation matrix, and also BCG matrix. You can guys use, and Michael Porter's five forces, and etc. So after you guys have the analysis, you need to have strategic choices, and you have to choose one of the strategies. Uh, for if your company is in the corporate level, you have to choose a corporate level strategy, and which business to enter the strategy, and how to establish, to implement the strategy. And of course, you guys know about the vertical integration that we're going to cover for today's lecture. So, and logic of corporate level strategy. Corporate level strategy should create value such that the value of the corporate whole increases, such that the businesses forming the corporate whole are worth more than they would be under the independent ownership, that the equity holders cannot create through portfolio investing. Corporate level strategy should create synergies that are not available in equity markets. Vertical integration equals value chain economy, right? So, and as an example here, you guys can see that what's vertical integration. For example, where your pizza comes from. We're going to give you example in the case of the pizza. For example, in order to make a pizza, you have to have the seeds, right? And that's reason seed companies, for example, here alfalfa and corn, produce seeds, and the seeds is cropped by farmers, and in the next step, you will have to have dairy farmers, for example, ingredients like a milk or cheese, or like a mozzarella cheese, Libreno foods, and it goes to food distributors. After food distributors, it goes to pizza chains. The pizza sets, for example, when I was in Korea, South Korea, I used to go to school pizza, which was very, very uh, delicious pizza. One of the delicious pizza, especially for students, because and it wasn't so expensive. But in the whole Korea, there was a set of pizza chains, and as you can see, that's the reason I choose the pizza vertical integration. And of course, it goes after the end consumer. End consumer, namely, we are the clients, right? We go and eat. That's the reason we are end consumers. As you can see, one firm or organization, the pizza chain, have a contract with other, for example, companies too. And that's called vertical integration. That's easy, right? That's very easy. And you have to know about the backward vertical integration and forward vertical integration. In this example, you can see that, for example, in backward in the vertical integration, that's dairy farmers, and forward vertical integration, that's food distributors. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit getting hot. So And the next one, value chain economies. Value chain economies, and the logic of value chain economies. The focal firm is able to create synergy with other firms. So, in here, I would like to ask you guys, what is focal firm? I have already explained in the earlier chapters. If you have watched the chapters, you guys know about this, and please leave comment in the below. What is focal firm? So the focal firm is able to create synergy with the other firms in order to cost reduction, revenue enhancement. The focal firm is able to capture above normal economic returns and avoiding perfect competition. Backward vertical integration, dairy farmers milk, and forward vertical integration, food distributors. So competitive advantage. If vertical integration strategy meets the various criteria, is it valuable? Is it rare? Is it costly to imitate? Is the firm organized to exploit it? Then it may create competitive advantage. If a vertical integration strategy meets the various criteria. So, value of vertical integration. Market versus integrated economic exchange. Markets and integrated hierarchies are forms in which economic exchange can take place. Economic exchange should be conducted in the form that maximizes value for the focal firm. Thus, firms assess which firm is likely to generate more value, and integration makes sense when the focal firm can capture more value than a market exchange provides. And three value considerations, and as you can see, the three value consideration is a leverage firms, manage opportunism, and exploit flexibility. Firm capabilities may be source of competitive advantage in other businesses. If not, then don't integrate exchange. Manage opportunism. Managing opportunism. Opportunism may be checked by internalizing TSI, and internalizing must be less costly than opportunism. Exploit flexibility. Internalizing is usually less flexible. Flexibility is prized when uncertainty is high. And rarity of vertical integration. As you know, we already mentioned about the Vireo frameworks, integration versus non-integration. A firm's integration strategy may be rare because the firm integrates or because the firm doesn't integrate. That the question of rareness doesn't depend on the number of firms observed. A firm's integration strategy is rare or common with respect to the value created by the strategy. As an example, we can give you Toyota's choice not to integrate suppliers. And immutability of vertical integration. Form versus function. The form per se is usually not costly to imitate. The value producing function of integration may be costly to imitate if the integrated form possesses resources combination that are a result of historical uniqueness, casual ambiguity, social complexity, small numbers prevent further integration, capital requirements are prohibitive. And immutability of vertical integration, the second one is modes of entry. Acquisition and internal development are alternative modes of entry into vertical integration. Thus, one firm may acquire a supplier while a competitor could imitate the strategy through internal development. In both cases, the boundaries of the firm would encompass the new business. Strategic alliances can be viewed as a substitute for vertical integration without the cost of ownership. Organizing vertical integration, functional structure, U form, CEO role, cooperation, and conflict. As you can see, conflict and cooperation. So functional structure, U form, accounting, original business, new business. Finance, original business, new business. Marketing, HR, engineering, original business, and new businesses. You guys can understand this if you do some Googling, and if you guys have questions, you can leave comments and I will do some DM message for you. So management controls. What needs to be controlled in a vertically integrated firm? There, managers' effort to achieve the desired value chain and economies, cooperation and competition among and between functions. The integration of new businesses into the existing business. Time horizon of managers. Organizing vertical integration means budgets and board committees. Separating strategic and operational budgets. Board committees. Board committees provide oversight and direct to managers. And in the case of budget, strategic inputs and outputs, operational outputs, and help ensure that strategic direction is maintained in board committees. So these mechanisms focus management attention on achieving value chain economies. In here you can guys see the compensation, opportunism, leveraging capabilities, exploiting flexibility, right? Opportunism, salary, cash bonus, individual for stock grants, individual, and leveraging capabilities, cash bonus group, stock grant group, exploiting flexibility, stock options, individual, and stock options group. So in here you guys can see the time horizon, cooperation, and integrations. That's going to be easy for you. So, and in the case of the summary for the whole PPT for today, I mean the lecture, vertical integration makes sense when value chain economies can be created and captured and may allow a firm to leverage capabilities, may be a response to the threat of opportunism and uncertainty, and as a form of exchange per se is not rare nor costly to imitate, right? So, and also it's an important consideration in the decision to expand international range of possibilities. Makes sense when done for the right reasons, under the right circumstances, and can be costly mistake if done wrong. So, as a summary, I'm going to give that ownership is costly. Integrate only when the benefits outweigh the costs of integration. I'm going to repeat it again. Ownership is very costly. Integrate only when the benefits of outweigh the cost of integrations. So I hope you guys understand the whole chapter. I mean the vertical integration. If you guys have any questions, you are welcome to ask and give some recommendation and suggestion if you guys have. And so thank you very much for your attention and time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. See you in the next lectures.